I'm going to do a little video for you on dendritic printing. To do this, you need to have 2 pieces of glass, and in this case I have 2 pieces that I purchased at the dollar store. They were meant to be framing with putting your photographs in between, so they're exactly the same size. And I'm going to start with this square of muslin fabric, and I'm going to put it underneath this piece of glass so that I can see what I'm working on. So I'm going to just lay that down that way. And now I really like the circles in this type of printing, so I'm going to do a sample with some circles. And I'm just using Set of Color paints, the transparent ones, and I've got them in these needle nose bottles so that they have quite a small tip on them and they're easy to work with. So I'm just going to lay out some dots, some different size dots with these. And I'm going to add another color in here, another blue. And I think I'll add in some green as well. And one more there. Okay, now I have my dots laid out. I will take my second piece of glass, and if you lay this down so that they're exactly the same, they are hard to get apart when you want to get them apart. So I'm going to lay this down to help me figure out where I place my fabric. I'm going to lay this one down on the edge of my fabric so that I know that that's where I will put my fabric. And then you just lay this down and you press on the glass, and you can press each of these circles until they're, the size that you want them to be, pretty much. They do have a maximum size, of course. And once I think that's fine, I will just lift up this piece of glass very carefully and separate the 2 of them. Now, to get this exact pattern on my glass, I'm going to have to use this one because I'm going to lay my fabric down on it so it will be reversed. So I will just take that one, lay my fabric down carefully, and then I will just gently rub on the fabric, and I'll be able to see when the prints are coming through on the fabric. I'll just make sure that I rub over all of those. And then when I lift that up, that's the print that I have. So of course I have a second one now that is the reverse of this one. So I can print another fabric with that, or I can just print on top of this one again. Okay, the next thing that I'll do is I'll just show you, although I'm fascinated with the circles and the squiggles as lines and how they turn out, I'm going to just show you that you can make a solid looking background if you'd like to do that. And I'm going to do that with some paint here. First I will get my piece underneath here so I can see what I'm working with. Although this piece is rather big. Okay. Now I could just leave this like this and it would probably blend together sort of at the where I'm pressing, but I'm just going to use a finger here because I don't actually want the whole thing to be solid. So I'm going to kind of blend those colors a little bit. Maybe have some areas that aren't totally covered with paint. Got a bit of that other paint in there. Okay, so now I will take my glass and lay that over again with the edge of the fabric and press down. Okay, let's pull that up and see what we've got. Okay, so that's fairly interesting. And then this one is too, because it's got some areas where there isn't any paint at all. So we'll print both of these and see what they look like and compare them. So I'm just going to put my fabric down here. And lightly press to get that print. Oh, I like that. I like that with some of the streaks from my finger printing as well in there. And I'll just switch this out with this one and use another piece of fabric here. Just lay that down. Okay, and that's that one. So the areas where you saw the streaks from my fingers on that one side, you'd have just blank spaces on this side.